Welcome to the Manuchehri podcast. Over the last 30 years, it has been my joy to assist humanity in aligning with their magnificence so they may heal, discover their natural gifts, and communicate with loved ones living on the other side. May you also experience delight while we dance in the powerful, intuitive world of energy. Let's get going. Welcome to where energy meets the divine. Before I go ahead to the phone lines and begin listening to our voicemail messages that people leave us, which I'm so grateful for. I know it takes a while for you to get your question answered, but I think it's worth it. I think it's worth the wait. So I wanted to talk a little bit before we go have this really interesting experience with people that we don't know around the world. I want to talk about this whole thing of wanting certain things in your life, which you have every wonderful reason to have desires and to have them manifest in the physical form. And a lot of people teach to deeply visualize your desires, really touch it, feel it, smell it, sense it. However, if your vibration and your mind are in this, I can't wait till that happens. That'll be great when that happens. Ooh, and you're visualizing this, but you're in this place of, I really want that. Oh, that'll be cool when that happens. That will not get you what you want. You'll just continue to be creating more wanting. So it's critical, no matter what techniques you use. And this is why I recommend that a lot of people don't use visualization techniques, because they can see what they want. They don't know how to get out of the feeling of the wanting. And the more they create the images, the more they're in the wanting and then the disappointing. Basically, a vibration of victimization. Why don't I have that? I want that. And again, you deserve to have everything that you want, but you need to be in alignment of the frequency that it's already here. So instead of really working on visualizing what you want, especially if you don't know how to feel the energy that it's already here, which takes work. You have to work on creating that emotion. A lot of people don't know what it feels like to have the things they desire. They've never had them before, or not in the way they would truly love to experience them. So it's a whole new paradigm. So before you go into highly visualizing something, make sure that you know how to be in the gratitude that it's already happened, the joy of the experience. I practiced for a while, and I recommend that you practice this on something that isn't a big deal for you. So there are things we really, really want. And the more that you really, really want it without having the feeling that it's already here makes it far, far away, which can be annoying. And then people think that manifesting doesn't work, but it does. We're manifesting all the time. When you're thinking about the things that you desire and that, when is it going to get here? You are manifesting. You're manifesting that it's not going to be here for a while. You keep manifesting the wanting. So I used to practice driving, when I was driving in my car, what it would feel like to have a new car. So I would imagine that I was smelling that brand new leather smell or the brand new car smell, how exciting it is at first when you get a new car, a new vehicle, the sunroof with a breeze on my hair, even if I was driving a car that didn't have a sunroof. So find something in your current reality that will help you to hone these skills so that you can transfer that practice into something that you really, 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 really want. And you still are in the wiggly place of, that's never going to happen. Because if you stay in that, which is a form of victimization, if you stay in that, oh my gosh, this will never happen, you're making it last a very long time. Not having the item is lasting much longer than you deserve. And the more we quicken this state of manifestation, the easier it will be for other people who don't even understand the concept yet, that they'll start to naturally get the ideas. We'll move into a greater tipping point of humanity, learning the art of manifestation and recognizing their value and their worth. And it'll be extremely worth your effort, but you have to feel it. So it's okay to know that you don't know how to feel what it would feel like to be financially free, for example. It's okay that you don't know that. If you haven't had it, you don't know it. You don't remember it from a previous lifetime. If you've had it in a previous lifetime, you don't recall. What would help if you start to interview people who do have what you want, regardless of the topic, and ask them how it makes them feel. People like to talk about themselves anyway, so I'm sure this will not be a challenge to get someone, maybe someone you don't even know very well, but you know that they have something that you want. Maybe they have a beautiful home that you desire. Maybe they have a wonderful relationship that you desire. Maybe they're really healthy and you desire that. So if you start to ask them questions, maybe make a list of questions before you have a conversation with them. And as you interview them, they're going to give you bullet points, ideas of where you can put your vibration into the feeling sense of what it would feel like if it were already here. I think the overall feeling that people have when they've acquired something they desire, regardless of what it is they feel free. There's an element of freedom when you have financial freedom, when your body is healthy, when you feel loved and cherished, when you have work in your life or hobbies that are very fulfilling and have a link to purpose for you. So there's a freedom element. And when you're looking at images in your mind or creating scenarios in your mind and you don't have that feeling of freedom, you're going to make it take a lot longer for that experience to be acquired. And some people need to manifest a lot faster. Some people need to heal their bodies really quick. Some people need to have more resources. Along with this freedom feeling that you're creating, because if you already knew how to feel free on a particular topic, you've already manifested it. It's already here. And if you look at the areas of your life where you feel free, you know how to be in the vibration of the fulfillment of that desire. It's something great for you to look at. Like, what are the super easy areas of my life that even when weird stuff happens, it always works out better than I could possibly imagine? That means that particular area of your life, you know how to get in the feeling that it's already here. That means you probably don't have a lot of past life garbage regarding it, or misperceptions, or, untruths about that topic. And your job then is to create that same feeling towards the things that you haven't yet experienced. You can do this. You are a manifester. The universe is here to help you, and it's doing everything in its power to assist you. You just need to make sure that your vibration is where the alignment exists for manifesting what you desire into the physical reality, which is a very different reality than non-physical. It's so easy to manifest in the non-physical reality. When you don't have a body, you don't need money, you don't need a structure to live in. You don't need a car, you don't need food. No one can kill you. No one can really kill you anyway, your energy. So you never really die. You just move from different formats, different experiences. So get going, start to interview some people, find out what it feels like for others to have what you desire so that you can hone in that vibration and that feeling and allow it to slip into your life. And while you're doing your homework assignments, make sure to feel grateful for what you do have, exactly the way your life is right now. Even if you want it to change, the more gratitude you can have for the present moment, the more manifesting power you will have. And the quicker things will come into your reality, which is exciting. It's very exciting. I hope that's helpful. I'm going to go to the phone lines now.
Hello, Marie. My name is Debbie. I live in Israel, and I want to thank you for your work.
Of course.
I've heard about you through the Shift Network, I think, and I'm so happy that you are letting us contact you in such an easy manner. Anyway, I have a couple of questions. I have had a problem with burning mouth symptoms for several years, and nothing that I have done has helped, even though I've tried both allopathic and alternative methods and many different modalities. I would love some feedback on that. And then I have another question about my father, wondering if he's trying to contact me from beyond. Thank you.
You're welcome, Debbie. Always. He's not trying. Beings on the other side don't have to try. They are talking to us. They are communicating with us. We are the ones that are doing our very best to be in the alignment so that we can sense their presence and sense their communication, whether we hear it, see it, feel it, somehow understand it through getting out of the way and being in alignment, which has a lot to do with speaking one's truth and knowing what one is really feeling. I'm so sorry for that burning mouth. I would call it a syndrome. That's what I would call it. I'm sure it's got to be uncomfortable. So it's connected to the fifth chakra, which is the place of power and the most powerful energy center in the physical form. And this is about you speaking your truth, saying how you really feel. And I feel like you are somewhat surrounded by people who don't let you speak your truth, or you don't feel safe to speak your truth, or you have some sort of people-pleasing pattern, so you don't speak your truth. You don't say how you feel. And that's why you have these uncomfortable sensations. I do think some red light therapy or infrared red light therapy could really work for your mouth. Lasers are great for tissues. I mean, it's really fabulous. So you could look at platinum therapy or red rush, or read up on this type of treatment. I think that would be fabulous. But the core issue is about you being able to express your truth. Whenever we get a health issue or any issue in our life, the energy has to change first in order for that thing to come in, whether it's a problem with a family member or something with our physical form. The energy has to change first. Then the dynamics affect us internally, externally, or both in some cases. So yeah, your dad's, of course, talking to you. He's an interesting, your father. He's very smart. He's kind of brilliant, actually. And he sees you from the other side in your full magnificence. And he would love nothing better if you could see yourself that way too. And it kind of goes along with this theme of this mouth issue. Because when people engage with their throat chakra, they align into power. They become aligned with their power. They become highly connected with their higher self. They not only speak their truth, they can channel information. They can free people of, I've said so many things to complete strangers, of course, mostly at work and client interactions, that were just channeled information that allowed someone to change their life for the better. I don't even know that's happening at the time. I have no idea. I'm just in that alignment, allowing my throat chakra to vibrate and allow the information to come through. So people notoriously shut down this vortex, and that's literally what's happening to you. You're not sending enough energy into your mouth, your cervical vertebrae, your ears, this whole area, the thyroid gland, because you're not speaking your truth. I'm not saying that you're lying, but your truth is something that you're not aware of, or you're just uncomfortable with sharing. I remember this one time, I was married at the time, and my children's father would do nice things for me, but it was always like a day later or a week later, or in this one moment, I remember it was before Valentine's Day, and I said, make sure you make some, reservations, or I'm happy to do it. And he goes, oh no, I got it. And he made reservations with 5 of his friends, 2 and their wives, for 10 o'clock at night at a restaurant. And previously, years before, I would have said, oh, okay. He would have told me why things were problematic without taking any responsibility for him, like maybe just not trying sooner. And I would always give him the benefit of the doubt and say, okay. And this one year I didn't. I said, I'm not going. I don't want to go to a romantic dinner with all of your friends because all the guys are going to be talking in another language, and all the women who are American are going to be talking in a different language, and we're going to be separated. And I don't want to go to dinner at 10 o'clock at night. It was like one of the first times that I actually knew that's part of speaking your truth. You have to know how you're feeling. And a lot of really old souls are too nicey. Too nicey. want people to love them, are scared of not being loved. So they'll say something that's not, they don't even know what their truth is, which is fascinating to give oneself the time to become aware of what you're really feeling and then to express it. It was kind of the beginning of the end for us, because after that, I couldn't stop speaking my truth and he didn't appreciate it. He didn't want to hear it. And I had trained him, by not knowing my truth and just agreeing with him. I trained him for a couple of decades to not think that it was important or valuable or necessary. So there's people in your life that you're people pleasing. Otherwise, I wouldn't remember that story. That story's like at least 25 years old. And it just came into my brain. That's a part of intuition. A lot of times the universe will show you pictures from historical events in your own life that are related to the person that you're talking to. And, it doesn't mean you have to share the story. You know what it's about. But in some instances, I think it's great to share the story. Your dad's giving me a thumbs up. So that means this is about relationships for you. It doesn't have to be romantic. And it's more than one, I think. Okay, hope you have a beautiful day in Israel.
Hello, neighbor. This is Patricia. I'm on Mercer Island, and I'm a licensed massage therapist. Recently started my career in that, and I've been taking coursework in cranial sacral therapy. I've definitely been guided to start working on more of a different form of energy work that I'm calling ray therapy.
Great.
Any insight that you have for me regarding this new line of energy work that I've been guided to, and then also any concepts or suggestions on how to keep myself from being so energetically drained? I know taking rest and things like that, but wondering what's the quickest way. I'm thinking bare feet in the ground, soaking up Earth's energy, or just being aware of it, because I had a classmate working on me with craniosacral work where I could just feel my life energy being drained into her like she was a vampire. So, all right. Any information for me regarding on this new path for myself? And I'm excited to see you for the Reiki classes. I'll be there. Thanks. Bye.
Great. Thank you, Patricia. Yeah, we just secured a hotel for that. So it'll be on the website. I know we have 60 people who want to take the next Reiki workshop, which will be in May of 2025. My favorite modality. I only take 40-ish people because I like small kind of boutique hotels. I don't like the airport huge ones for teaching. But at any rate, there's a combinational thing going on. You are an energy worker through and through. I think it's lovely you studied massage and that you're studying cranial worker, but you're an energy worker. You love energy. I love that you have this thing, you call it ray therapy. It's beautiful. It's a great name. Your guides don't want you to necessarily have to figure it out. I think energy workers, the majority of them, myself included, you learn on the job. That's when your energy is the highest, when you're laying hands on someone, you're feeling the divine channeling through you. It's really energy work, in my opinion, is just like a near-death experience. And I don't mean the part where something terrible happens to someone and they're dead, but all the mystical things that occur when someone has an NDA. That's what it's like when you communicate with the multisensory world and you're playing with energy. That's why they're having such profound experiences, because they're bathing in energy, in subatomic particles. For me, it's like an amazing multisensory experience. Even when I'm answering questions for the majority of our callers, I'm having a lot of multisensory experiences that are extremely profound and take my breath away and are very cool and interesting for me. So regarding the drained part, because energy work should be feeding you. And granted, you were talking about someone working on you. And yes, that person could be a vampire. A vampire is someone who likes to suck the life out of others. I would say 75% of people who have this type of energy drive know exactly what they're doing, are fully aware of it, don't want to take responsibility or fix their energy problem. Because it's a problem. When you're a vampire, it means you don't know how to feed yourself naturally, like how trees can absorb rain and sunshine. Humans can absorb subatomic particles through their energy system. So people who do a vampire type energy activity, 75% know that they're robbing another person of their life force. Not a great thing. And 25% are unconscious of it. They don't know that that's what they're doing. So it's an alternative way to feed one's body. And people who tend to be kind of hysterical or controlling in a hysterical way, kind of trying to think of the right words for it, dramatic, highly dramatic. They're hoping that people around them will release epinephrine and norepinephrine because they're going to suck all that energy in and give themselves a temporary power of subatomic particles, but it's not long lasting, and they have to wait till someone else comes who's going to give up some of their life force. So this is really about you maintaining your life force, staying in your body, which is, I think, is your problem. What a lot of, and I don't know if other people teach this, but it's certainly I've had the impression that some people teach about, if you're going to read energy or move it, you have to go out of your body. No, you have to stay in your body. Your body is the vehicle for your reading, for your movement of energy. You have to be really present in your physical form. So that's what I would work on, Patricia, staying in your own lane. Even when I see you and that person was working on you, you were out of your body trying to read her energy. I don't recommend that. Stay in your body. Stay in your body. I think you'll have a much better experience. And congratulations. Thank you.
My name is Kelsey. I live in New York, and I have so many questions, but I'll keep it to just one. I have had a stutter since childhood. It's not the kind of traditionally known stutter where I repeat sounds of words. It's more, it's called a blocking stutter. I'll get stuck on a word or I'll know I won't be able to say it. So I'll choose a different one before it gets to that. It's like I know it's about to happen. But it can be fairly debilitating. It comes and goes. It can sometimes depend on stress, and sometimes it seems to be completely random. The types of sounds that I have trouble with change over time. And I'm just basically wondering, is there some kind of underlying reason for this?
Yes.
Is there a lesson I'm supposed to be learning here, or does it have to do with some kind of energy blockage? I'm open to any kind of interpretation or reading that you get about this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Kelsey. I hope what I have to say frees you from this thing, which I think it's a gift currently. I mean, I could probably say I have the same thing you do. I've always looked at it that my mind just sees things differently than other people. I have a different creative way of experiencing things, which sometimes does make me stutter or find words different, almost a little bit like dyslexia, where my brain doesn't always operate like other people's, but I think that's a gift. I think it's a gift to have your neurological system function in a different way. So I would love it if you just look at it differently. And I wonder if someone looked at you today, like a neurologist or whatnot, they would look at it very differently. I think it's a gift. I think it allows your brain to be different. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's okay if I can't even imagine how many people could agree with your description of it in terms of their own experiences. So we all have that. Or are you super creative, have a unique way of looking at life in general that could allow you to be a creative in the world and have a different perception of reality, which is really a blessing, in my opinion, because everything's about how we perceive. How we change our perception is how our life moves in different directions. And we're really meant to change our perception all the time, to reevaluate it. And I think because of this, we'll say stutter, although that's not how I see it at all, has forced you to look at the world very differently and yourself. So maybe you can turn it around and make it a positive, and then let's see how you feel about it. Great question. I liked it. Thank you.
Hello, Marie. This is Amy in San Diego, California. Long time, my friend, or so it seems. I am experiencing excruciating left hip pain. I fell last Monday, April 29th, and I landed on my hip, so I fractured my hip bone. No operation necessary. I was in the hospital for 4 days, Monday through Thursday, late afternoon, and now I have sciatic, and I am doing everything I can to even walk. It hurts so bad. I need a miracle. Anyhow, what do you have to tell me on how to heal this fast? Would an ultrasound machine help me? There's a
Possibly.
Japanese lady and she does reflexology close by, and
Yeah,
I
that could
heard
be
she's
helpful.
pretty interesting. I think I may go book an appointment with her. But do you have anything to tell me about why this
Yes.
happened, and what I need to do to get out of this as soon as possible? Because it's just it's 10 plus to the 10th
Oh.
millionth degree painful.
Mm-hmm.
I need a miracle, Marie. Anything. Thank you so very much. I always love your show. You're such a light in the world, and keep doing what you're doing. Okay, everybody have a great day. Bye
Oh.
bye.
Thank you, Amy. And this, you left this message months ago. So hopefully you're out of pain and the fracture is healed. But let's talk about what causes hip problems, whether it's a fracture or um, someone needs a hip replacement or anything of that nature. Hips are about, when someone has a problem in their hips, it means that they're not moving forward in their life. They're holding themselves back. So that's what you've been doing. And sciatica is about not letting go, not releasing, not surrendering, not getting out of the way. So to prevent hip issues in the future, or to help if there's any healing that still needs to recur regarding this fracture, those are the things you need to work on. And I like to use what if questions. What if I'm in alignment? What if everything is working out for me? What if I am surrendering with every breath I take? I would start with that if you haven't already, so that you can start to free up the energy that was stuck in this part of your body. And I'm really sorry that you got hurt. It's not fun, right? It's not fun to get hurt. Okay. Thank you so much.
Hi, Marie. Thank you for taking my question. This is Alicia from New Zealand, and my question is about message from my close ones on the other side for me. A kind of a backstory. About 7 years ago, I went to a clairvoyant meeting with my friend, and there was a message from a grandma who has been through the First World War and recently passed away, and both me and my friend could identify with that.
Yeah.
So I'm not sure who the message was for. It was something about becoming a top nurse.
Yeah, I don't
So
think
if you
it's
could
you.
clarify that, or any other messages that you're getting from people close to me who are on the other side, that would be awesome. Thank you so much for answering my question.
You're very welcome, Alicia. I don't think that message was for you. I don't know if you're a nurse or not, but even though it's a wonderful career and it can be rewarding, fulfilling, I just don't feel your passion there. I don't feel this, high vibrational energy there at all. But what I am hearing is from your spirit guides, and they say that you've been searching for quite a while for something that lights your soul on fire and allows you to make that high pitched sound, your bones vibrating in your body with extraordinary delight. And they don't want you to give up. They want you to stay devoted, even if you don't know what this thing is. And most people don't know, and no one needs to know what it is in order to manifest it. You only have to feel what it would be like if you already had it. So that means interviewing people who love their work. I remember someone asked me, I think it was my accountant a while ago, so when are you going to, retire? I'm like, never, because I love what I do. I might do it differently. I might do less of whatever, but I have no desire to retire. It brings me great, great joy to do what I do for work. So it's going to be critical and important for you to interview others who love their career or hobbies. And people who do would describe it as a dream job, or it came out of nowhere. It takes their breath away. They're shocked that every day they're still inspired and impassioned by what they do in the world. talk to those people so that you can begin to vibrate your energy towards, because everybody has purpose, everybody has natural gifts and talents, everybody is meant to be fulfilled on every aspect that second chakra governs, like career, partnership, close personal friends, creativity, and wealth. Like, it's normal to be in joy in all those categories while we live here in the physical reality. And many people are working on aligning their vibration so they can have that fulfillment in all of those aspects. So yeah, your guides say, don't give up, that there is absolutely something there for you, probably more than one thing, definitely more than one thing. But you have to be in the vibration that it's already here. And you do not need to know what it is. That's crucial. Even when someone's working on attracting a partner, they don't have to know what that person looks like or even their gender. It's better to stay neutral, but to work on the feeling of what it would feel like if that person were in your life or that career path were in your life. That's what you want to work on, is the feeling and holding it, even for just a few minutes every day. You don't have to hold it all day long, but you definitely have to hold it minus, where is it? When is it ever going to come? Oh, you can't be in that emotion and also in the vibration of the gratitude to have something that you desire as if it's already here. You can't hold both of them and manifest that thing coming into fruition. It's practically impossible. So that's what your guides are saying. And you do have lovely family members on the other side. I see men and women. I don't know if your father's living or not. It could be an uncle that's on the other side and some grandparents, but lovely family members on the other side, blowing you kisses and thanking you for being interested in the multisensory world and thinking outside of the box and wanting to have a connection with them. Yeah, you have a lot of love around you, which is quite a beautiful thing. Okay, thank you so much.
Hello, Mary. This is Christina from Switzerland. Thank you very much for your valuable work. Here's my question for you. How do I find my true calling or purpose, if there's such a thing? I often feel useless, especially at work. Or is it enough to just do always my best, even if the work itself doesn't fulfill me? Thank you very much.
Hi, Christina. I mean, really, you're the poster child about what we were just talking about. And yes, you were meant to have something that fulfills you, that brings you great joy. And yes, you're going to have to love something authentically about your job while you're there. You cannot go back into that place of lack of fulfillment. You can't. And I know this goes against what all of us have been taught about our mind and how to utilize it, but it's actually inaccurate. We have to be in the frequency that we are fulfilled, that we do have a purpose, that we notice our natural gifts and talents. You have to be in that feeling in order to manifest it. Like, that's the only way that it happens. It's the only way. So, and you don't have to know what it is. That's not a necessary requirement at all. In fact, I think it's better if people can just stay very general in it, almost like having a blank slate in your brain about whatever it is that you want to manifest. Because as soon as we start to paint it certain colors and make determinations about what it is, we begin to marginalize it or shrink it down, make it not as big as it could be or as phenomenal as it could be. We start telling the universe what it's supposed to look like. And I don't think that's a good idea. I think the universe, if we are in alignment, will begin to show us what something's going to look like, right? Not the opposite. And the universe needs that freedom to be able to bring to our attention whatever is in our highest good. Yeah. So work on loving yourself as well, Christina. I think that's a necessary ingredient for you and what you're creating. Okay. Thank you, everybody, for listening today. I hope you're having a beautiful day or night, winter or summer, wherever you are in the world. I know it's not quite winter yet, but it's very fallish. I just finished a dog walk with Charles and it was very windy, very blustery. It was very cool. Have a beautiful day. Bye-bye for now.